Okay. We're in this shit. I'm in the process of downloading Discord. Well, I already have it. Now it's just a matter of getting the icon to my fucking computer. And I don't know if I'm supposed to run it or save it. Because it doesn't tell me which one to do. I told my buddy about it. He knows about this shit. So I'm waiting for him to get back to me because I'm not sure what you do with these things. But not. I tried to look it up, and all that's coming up is that there were problems with it launching. So I don't know. Where the hell did the page go? Dude, I got so many fucking tabs open right now. It's unbelievable. That's right. It's in Internet Explorer. Well, why don't I do this? How about you open a new tab and search it? Let's see. What did I spell setup wrong? The fuck? Open Discord, select servers. Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to do. Yo, why did they make this shit so complicated? Saving it keeps you from downloading the file, running it without saving the OG file. Okay, so then I would save it because I would think I would use it again, right? Or he's running it better. Ow, fuck. Just hit my whole fucking foot. Right. Then install. Okay, so let's go back. I keep forgetting for some reason it opened in. Oh, wait, it's doing something. Okay, now I can run it, open the folder, and view the downloads. Right, then install. So what the fuck? Let's run it and see what happens. It's doing something. Oh shit. What the fuck? Why is that loud as hell? Installation has failed. Maybe that's why it's all over the place. Whatever. Close it. We'll delete it later, I guess. So there's that. Fuck yourself. I have no idea. What is this? Oh, you can test. You could do video in here? Oh shit, son. There it is. Oh no, what did I do? Fuck, I wish I could share my screen. I'm not playing games, bro. I know that's what it's for. But I need a better computer for that shit. What? Make yourself heard. Voice control panel. You can mute your microphone, deafen your headphones, or access audio settings. Okay, cool. Appreciate you. We're done with that. I guess we're leaving it for now. Never used it on the computer, so I don't know what you're in for. Yeah, me neither. I have no idea. Probably wasting my time, but it's always good to have a backup just in case because as of midnight tonight, this is going to be gone. Google Hangouts will be gone. So there's that. That's all right though. Fuck it. What do I do from here? I don't know. I was just editing. I'm still editing part of the podcast. The second one, the one for this week, is already coming out. Which one is that? Let me open my Anchor and see what did I put. Oh wait, that's right. I remember. Bibles and Arrows. I think is this week. Where the fuck episodes? There it is. All right, good. I already scheduled it, so that's done. No need to worry about that. This next one is gonna cause me some drama, but I don't care. Speaking the truth, as I know it, and people aren't gonna like it, but I don't give a fuck. Mentioned you before. Hope you do a whole monster episode in October, like Jersey Devil Donkey Lady shit. Oh, you mean like conspiracy theory shit? I better write that down, dude, because I'm gonna forget. And then I'll remember it and think I came up with it on my own. Where's the fucking. I almost said, where's the remote at? That's where I am in my life right now. Where's the remote? Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Where's my gimmick? There you are. I'll put my camera on since I'm getting up for a moment so you can see when I go and when I come back so you don't think I'm leaving you here all by yourselves. Let's move that because God forbid this fucking wire gets knocked out, then my whole audio shit is a train wreck, dude. I cannot wait to get a new computer, like a new one. One day, the first medical licenses. That's not gonna happen. Nope. I don't know what I did with it. Give me the power, man. Tell me where did I put it. Living room? I'll go check right now. I need a paper. One paper. Can I use this? Yo, I got so much nonsense. Oh, I can't use that. That's not. Nope. What about this? What the fuck was I on about in here? Well, though, blank piece of paper. I got like 5 notebooks with different ideas for YouTube shit in here. Yeah, like, dude, I have 3 of them. I know I have 3 different ones that I had all separate ideas written in, And then there was another one when I was doing reactions. Yeah, I do. Instead, I have this. Oh, let's break stuff. Is really going to show. Of course, she has her shit in here. Why wouldn't she? This is the only. This was mine at one point. 5-star fucking Nike Trapper Keeper in this motherfucker. Oh my god, dude. You wanna know how old this shit is, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Dude. Oh man. Dude. Oh, where's my window? I want to make sure I'm pointing this in the right direction. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, dude. 2012. FL Studio Fruity Loops notebook, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Notice people keep finding your reactions, subscribe, and then they split once they notice you're not doing them anymore. It's a shame. It really is, because they're missing out on fucking content, dude. And look, I'm definitely not the first one to say I'm the shit, but come on, bro. Nobody's doing what I'm doing. Well, there's a reason for that. That's because, reactions are the thing to do right now. I am. For those of you out there, what's up? You want to come in, dude? I bet you do. Hold on. Let me give you a link. This will be the last time. Fuck you, Control C. I do what I want. I am, for everybody out there in the world that's watching and listening, I keep hitting the wrong window.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. How you doing?
I'm alright.
So we only have an hour and 20 minutes of hangouts left.
That's it.
Yep.
I figured, let me do the last one. But before we continue on that conversation, let me just finish my last thoughts, which were for everybody that comes to this channel looking for a reaction, I am the embodiment of what a reaction is. So you need to stop it with all that nonsense. Go play your favorite album and fuck off someplace. If you don't want real shit, this channel ain't for you. So, having said all of that, if you got on your big boy and big girl pants, hit that subscribe button, bitches, because you're missing out on quality content. Guarantee that.
Wow.
For real.
Hold on, sorry.
It's alright. Dude, I had 27 beats written down in this notebook.
Nice. Now, dude, I swear to Christ, I am just insane.
What do you mean?
How? Hey, your apartment building is already built. I'm waiting for mine.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, you could try to get in here. They'll tell you that there's a 3-year waiting list, but at the rate that they're trying to say people are coming and going, you should have no problem.
Hmm. I suppose I could try, but I don't meet the minimum requirements. You and Jen got in because you combined. You guys meet the minimum requirements
No, we
per
don't.
year.
No, we don't. Like I told you, dude, me and her combined still had to get somebody to sign a paper saying that they would give us $300 a month just to live here. For a low income fucking household, how you gonna be low income and still not be able to qualify?
Well, see, that's because low income is a very subjective term, isn't it?
Some bullshit term. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, well, it's all politics.
Oh, and I got Discord downloaded on the computer.
Does it work?
I mean, I have it open. I tried to download the icon, but it wouldn't open. Oh no, it's on the fucking computer. What are they talking about? So I have it. Yeah, it's open. And
Okay,
now,
okay. So go to. Hang on a sec.
hmm
At the very bottom, there should be a plus sign. Either it says add server, but click on it. You can either add server or create your own server.
I did that already. I don't know
Oh,
what screen I'm on now, but I created a server when I got here. If I click on mine, now it says welcome to your server, and the Discord name is Laughing Birds, of course, in honor of the
let me.
podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Laughing birds.
Yep.
Why didn't you post a link in the in the description, or did
That
you? I don't see it.
probably not, but that's because I don't know what I'm doing. Now, let's see. Invite your friends when you're ready by hitting the share button. I will do that. Copy, and then I'll post it.
Yeah, post it in the chat, and then make me a mod because I know how to run a server. I got you, bro. I got you.
To, we're gonna figure this thing out.
Waiting for the link.
It's in the side chat.
Oh, the side chat. I thought you were gonna post it in the
YouTube
the
chat.
stream chat. Yeah, so if other people can join.
Well, yeah, I'll put it in here too if anybody decides to show up and they want to fucking join
Uh,
the party.
okay, I'm getting on my main
Discord.
account.
Okay.
And there you go.
Oh shit. Now where do I find?
Okay,
Yeah.
you're why are you in here? You're in general. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I am. How do I get out of here?
At the bottom, there should be like a little hang up, little hang up phone.
Oh, a little disconnect where it says voice connected.
Yes,
Okay, I
there
pressed
you
it.
go.
But I'm,
Okay,
I'm still here.
no, you're not. You left.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
you
good.
left. You left from the server. You're still here in Hangouts, but you left. It's a little
Discord.
confusing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But hi, I'm in here.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Hey, that dude. You've known me for over 20 years. Of course, I'm crazy.
Yeah, me too. I'm right with you. I'm a fucking barrel of crazy myself.
I think that's why we get along so well. I mean, yeah, we've had disagreements over the years, obviously, and periods where we didn't talk for a few years. But so,
Yeah, everybody has that.
oh, what I wouldn't give to have my own space, to just sit there naked if I want to and relax.
Tell me about it.
You have your own place.
No, I don't. Bro, the siege is already done. She took it all away from me.
You
This
better
is
hope
the
she doesn't see this.
this is the oh, she doesn't watch anything I do. I could literally, if I was quiet enough, I can come on here and go fuck her. All I wanted, she would never know.
Okay, okay. He's sleeping on the couch tonight. Okay.
Fuck that. Sleep on the couch. Mm-mm.
Dude,
No
dude,
thanks.
dude, did you know that women have the power in this country?
Yeah, well, not in this house. We're equal opportunity, motherfucker. Just because you got a vagina doesn't mean you run shit.
And see, that's how it should be. Like everyone, you know what I mean? Both of you. God damn, I hate all of you.
It's
I'm
like
joking.
Bill
I'm just
Burr
tired.
said, dude. Why you gonna cry about why you gonna cry about her locking the refrigerator when you have an endless sandwich in your pocket?
That's funny.
Yep.
Now, either today, either tom- tomorrow, tomorrow before, because tomorrow I need to go finish my IQ test. Right. I don't know if I talked. I don't know if we talked about this.
A little bit. Not much though.
But yeah, last week I took an IQ test. It took longer than expected. So the guy is like, "Come back next week and we'll finish it. I will know the results by August 19th." But he's already said that he can tell that my IQ is probably above average,
I
which
can
makes
tell you
sense.
without taking a test right now that mine's below average.
Okay, it's below average, and yet you're not retarded because you ask good questions. You know what the fuck you're talking about, as RSC even said. Like, holy shit, Kevin is. You know what I mean? Remember that talk you had on my channel with RSC?
Yeah.
Now, if he were stupid, he would have said, "Oh, this guy's stupid." No, he praised you.
Well, if I was smart, what I would do is I would go over to your channel, I would play it on YouTube, and I could record that conversation and put it out as a podcast with your permission, of course.
Well, you can. You just gotta find it.
That's true.
Or technically, what you could do is just download it and re-upload it into your, to your channel.
You can download shit?
Yes, you just have to, I can't believe you didn't know that.
Dude, I don't know a lot of things about technology anyway.
See, I don't know what it is about me, but I'm not saying you don't like to learn. I'm just saying that, we've talked about this before. Like a subject like biology, I like to read it. I like to understand about DNA, about you know about, about how genes are transcribed, about everything. But you're like, well, it's too hard for me. So okay, have you ever
For
tried
real.
learning?
I'd rather sit here and make fart noises, dude. I'm easy. You know what I mean? Like,
Come
I
on,
know
man.
it's gotta be like, dude, what's the matter with you? But at the same time, bro, the ability to sit here and make a podcast come to life seems like a lot more fun to figure out to have the ability to take a random movie clip and throw it into a podcast and make it fit somewhere. That's fun.
Well, no, I'm not like I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that's not fun. I'm just saying that even learning about biology is fun because
I'm a jester, dude. You know what I mean?
okay, if you want to be the
Yeah.
jester in the court,
I mean, let's you know,
historically historically jesters did have a lot of power because they can manipulate the king by making him laugh.
that's
So good
true.
job on that.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I try. Can't guarantee I make everybody happy, but
Hang on.
yeah. Middle figure. I'm looking actually for a clip right. Fucking prick.
You're a nutcase.
Yes, I am. A case full of nuts.
Create versus knowledge. Interesting.
It is. Because, dude, the possibilities in both prospects are
Well,
endless.
wait, hold on a sec. Why can't you learn knowledge and then create something based on that knowledge?
You could.
Why does it have to be why does it have to be versus? Like both things combine to create something new. Just like nature versus nurture is really nature and nurture. They both interplay against each other. Sorry, they both interplay with each other.
I mean, that's true. Technically, I had to learn how to use all these programs to be able to do what I'm doing, so that makes sense.
Yep. I love DNA. Well, yeah, genes and how they're transcribed. I don't know. I'm crazy and kooky. I think
See,
I'm also trying too hard.
oh, hold on. See, check it out, dude. Watch. This is my shit. This is what I love to do right here. As soon as I could get the volume out of the way, I'm gonna play it. I figure we'll get into this article a little bit. Now I'm pulling it up from the Asbury Park Press.
Tell me a story. Wait. That's my story. No, not your story. A story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story. I don't think I know any stories. You don't know any stories? No. All right, I'll tell you a story. This is a newspaper, right?
What is this?
90% bullshit.
Training day.
Entertainment.
He says, you know what? Because the guy, he walks into the diner in the movie. The scene is the guy Ethan Hawke walks into the diner, and Denzel Washington is reading his newspaper, right? So Denzel's reading it. Dude walks in. He says, "Go grab something." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I ate before I got here." He's like, "All right, whatever. Suit yourself." Then he's reading his paper, and Ethan Hawke keeps talking. And he's like, "Do you mind? I'm trying to read my paper." He sits quiet for a couple of seconds. Then he starts talking again. And then Denzel puts his paper down. He goes, "Tell me a story." He's like, "What?" He goes, "Tell me a story. Since you won't shut up long enough for me to read my paper, you tell me a story." I don't know any
Nice.
stories. You don't know any stories? Let me tell you a story. This is a newspaper. It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining. That's why I read it. You won't let me read it, so now you entertain me.
Now see, that is that. But by the way, have you ever talked about the Sunset Boulevard on here?
You mean the Sunset Limited? Yeah.
Right.
The
My bad. I just
Sunset Boulevard?
fuck you. I forget. Sunset Limited.
Is that across the street from my fucked up movie titles avenue? Dude, what the fuck?
Ah. Oh, Jack, are you the YouTube Quentin Tarantino?
Well, you know what, dude? I'll take that title because I had somebody else call me. I had somebody else call me the Dennis Miller of new metal.
What the fuck? Film school would be up right. Would be up your alley.
Oh
Would have
shit!
been. Would whatever. You get the point.
Yeah, for sure, dude. If I would have had the balls in school that I had now, I would have fucking ran AV class, dude. But I was too scared. I didn't understand the power. Like I wasn't in school. Like, look, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a fucking story. In school, and I'm sure any of you can attest to this. I was surrounded by people who made it impossible for me to figure out who I was as an individual. So when
You're speaking to the choir or preaching to the choir, I should say.
exactly. So, dude, when I get thrown into a class where there's a microphone in front of my face and there's cameras on me, I was like, "Oh fuck, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna panic because I don't feel like I can be myself." Now, years later, here I am doing something that I never thought I would do in a million years, and I'm doing it, and I'm comfortable with it. But that's because I've come to accept the fact that I'm gonna be whoever I am. People are gonna hate it. Some people are going to enjoy it, and that's just the way that it's gonna fucking be. You can't win over everybody, but there's too much. There's too much shit floating around in my brain for me not to share it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, getting serious for like a second, I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, I'm, you know, no first names given, whatever. But at the same time, what kind of person am I? I keep asking people. Some people say, "Oh, you're smart." You know what I mean? Just like the way that you. But then I'm like, okay, are they fucking with me or are they being truthful? Because you know my family situation, and you know what I mean, how much they tear me down. So whenever I hear a compliment, I'm like, well, wait, are you people fucking with me?
Well, hold on, because isn't that question doesn't bother you? Because it bothers me. Who are you? Isn't that different?
Oh, no, no, no,
Who
it
you
does
are is
bother me.
different from what you are, right? Because you're an observant person, you're self-aware, you're thoughtful, but
Well,
that's not who you are.
but that's part. It is part of who I am. Like
What
it's
is what makes something who you are? What makes your identity of who you are? That's my question. Because
dude.
when somebody,
It's a question people have been trying to answer for 2,000 years. You know, for actually longer than that. You know what I mean? There are no easy answers. Some people say that that identity doesn't really exist and the mind is just a passive observer, while others say that no, that's bullshit. That the mind is always active, and what I mean, it creates new memories based on new information, which we now know is true. But yeah, the case of identity, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
No one can really answer what identity is. It is up to each individual person to figure it out. The problem is that I don't know. You know what I mean? I've been told my entire life I fucking suck, that I'm an idiot. When somebody tells me, "Oh, you're pretty smart," I'm like, I'm not sure I believe you, but thank you. You know what I mean? It's like when you internalize something your entire life, and someone gives you a compliment, you don't really believe it. You know what I mean? You should know. People have been telling you. People have been calling you a gimp. People have been saying, "Why do you walk funny? What are you, a gangster?" That was the funniest shit. I mean, you told me when that one girl said that.
Well, she didn't say, "What are you, a gangster?" She walked up to me. I was in a high school that was run by predominantly white people.
Of which you are one, so go ahead.
Yeah, but they didn't classify. I was not white enough for this school. You being as white as you are, we're not white enough for this school because
Dude,
white.
albinos are not white. Okay, we're lower than white. We may be
Well,
white, but go ahead.
but yeah, that's what I mean, dude. Like their thought process is white. Their spirit is white. We're not like that. We're more achromatic than anything because I don't look at a person and see what color their skin is. I look at a person and judge them by their personality because just in here alone, I like this building because yeah, kind of pink, king of the pinkies, bro. But I
Oh, self-awareness? Yeah, definitely self-awareness. I've noticed, not to interrupt you, just let me get on this point. Like, yeah, self-awareness is a big part of my identity, but is that all there is? You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, now we're getting into psychology. Well, it's psychology and it's more philosophy than anything, but psychology also, because psychology is a branch of philosophy. Never mind. You get the point. Go
Well,
on.
this is what we talk about all the time when we call one another. We get into these conversations, not even intentionally, and there's nobody listening. We just talk about this shit all the time, and we fucking go back and forth with what
Because we
it.
don't need an audience. We like the conversations. It would be nice to have an audience and make money and become Joe Rogans, but we're not.
Yeah, really. Although, for a second there, it looked like I was about to take over this building. Although one of my neighbors in the building likes to play NBA 2K, and he wants me to commentate while he plays video games because he knows that I do a podcast, which that should be fucking interesting
Nice.
considering how different me and him are. It's crazy.
Yeah, like honestly, if like, see, look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, if I do move, which I'm hoping, all the people that are going to come in are going to be different. Now, you know what I mean. I'll try to be as supportive as possible. No, actually, no, supportive is the wrong term. Tolerant as possible, but at the same time, you also have to have an air of suspicion. You know what I mean? You have to be like, okay, is this person gonna rob me one of these days? It doesn't matter the color. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
the best part about moving in here is up until I would say last month or the month before, everybody in this building, we were all looking at each other the same exact way. Like, are they cool? What are they about? I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep my shit to myself. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say anything.
yeah. Like, yeah, having prejudice towards people is like a natural human reaction, but at the same time, it's up to us to, okay, I have this prejudice, but let me see whether it's justified. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
because you know better than I do that people always look at you like, you know what I mean? They don't know you. They look at you like you're a fucking beast.
yeah.
You know what I
Like
mean?
like he said, sizing people up for sure. I mean, we were all doing that. We were all doing that. We were all looking at each other like, all right, who's gonna be the shit starter? Like we were trying to figure out where
Who's
the
gonna be
roles
the murderer?
for
It's
real.
like the scene in Clue, or the scene, the scene in in those murder mysteries where everyone, where everyone gathers in the living room and they're all looking at each other. I wonder which one of us is the murderer.
It was the gimp on the third floor with the candlestick.
I needed to laugh today.
But dude, you know what I found hilarious, bro, was one of the girls in here, actually the person that lives underneath me. We were outside talking and she was like, yo, when I first met you, dude, I thought you were gonna be the corniest, whitest motherfucker I ever met in my life. But she's like, then I heard you talk and I was like, oh fuck. Like I wasn't expecting any of that to come out of you at all. She was like, it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, well, it's like it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like I do it all the time too. I try to catch myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, dude, I mean, I got her really good the other day, bro. We were outside. The cops came. Somebody called the cops because there's a couple of bitches in this apartment complex that love nothing more than to call the boys every time something is happening. It's not even anything big.
Okay,
Well,
is the voice a TV show?
no, the cops. I mean,
No, I know, but never mind. Sorry, I was you just reminded me of something when you said the boys. But go ahead.
yeah,
I
no,
know
I
you
meant
went.
the boys in blue, the
Yeah,
Warner Brothers, the fucking
Warner
Philo.
Brothers. It's
Yeah.
called them what they're known as, pigs. There you go.
Yeah, or that. Well, I was trying to be the boys
By
on.
the
Oh,
way,
it's the boys on Amazon you're talking about.
yeah, I was like, okay.
Speaking of which, real quick before you say what you're gonna say, Slipknot just came out with a new video where they sampled I don't know the entire fucking show and played it in their fucking music video, dude.
I don't think they could. Well, hopefully, they got permission to do that because that seems highly illegal. But
No, they did. Yo, that show is disgusting looking, bro. It was pretty rough.
okay, yeah, okay. I just wanted to say that the jack of all trades that support. I was trying to give like an announcement saying we support cops. Uh, you know what I mean?
We
Just,
do,
just
just not crooked ones.
yeah, yeah. There you
If
go.
you're robbing people and raping women, go fuck yourself. We're not talking to you. Well, we
Yep.
are talking to you when we say pigs. If you're a cop where you do your job and you do what you need to do and you go home and fuck your wife or your husband, whatever your deal is, dude, we support you. You're all
Or
right.
ask to see somebody's medication, and then take a couple of things and be like, you're a few short. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I'm not. Yes, you are. I don't know how you're supposed to fight that.
No, not at all. But dude, it's funny you bring that up because that's actually part of the fucking podcast that I'm working on editing right now from an old live stream where it was talking about the cops were fucking with me. But you know, to get this off before I forget, this chick in this school walked right up to me. She didn't know my name. She don't know shit about me. And she walked up to me in this dainty little voice and she goes with a straight face on. She goes, uh you know, it's okay. You don't have to act black, right? It's okay to be white. As it reminds me of ZRO, Crooked Officer. Listen on
Like,
your own time, but it might be a good to sample it for the next podcast.
like
Definitely.
seriously, that when you told me that, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, what?
For real. She said, I looked at her, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, the way that you walk, you walk like you're trying to be like you think you're a gangster, or you're trying to be black. I said, bitch, I got cerebral palsy. I don't walk like this intentionally, but don't be mad.
That's fucked up. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you about a dream I actually had
Go ahead.
yesterday. It was so weird. It was a dream of a paranoia where you talked about something, but then it's like you couldn't because it was just so fucking weird. It was full of paranoia. it was just it was one of those it was one of those dreams where where you wanted to talk about something, but then but then but then you were paranoid. Everyone's out to get you because you talked about it.
Okay, hold on. Lay back. I have my notebook and my pen. Tell me how that makes you feel.
Fuck you.
No, for real though. Okay, so what do you mean? Like talk about what?
Like, I don't remember what it was, but it was just one of those dreams where it's like you couldn't tell. Like, okay, for example, let's take Tupac for for a second. I think you once told me that there was this one guy talking to this other guy in a park, and all of a sudden he looks up, he sees a black helicopter, and he's like, "I gotta go."
Oh yeah, yeah. That was in a documentary on Who Shot Pac and Biggie, where a guy was talking about how he had a tape of old shit that was never released in a studio, and a black helicopter goes driving past, and he was like, "All right, I'm out," and he fucking runs off, dude. I don't know what that was about.
No, but it was similar to that. I just don't remember what it was. Apparent. I do remember it was just. I do remember it was the dream was about paranoia. I just don't remember what it was about. You know what I mean?
Well, since we're talking about dreams, if you want to hear a fucked up one that I had, I was gonna put it out in a YouTube video, but then I decided against it. But since we're here, we're
Oh,
queer. Get used
dude,
to it.
dude. You told me some fucked up dreams over the years.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine the shit that I must have told you. People would think I'm
Well,
a psycho.
well, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I remember. I remember that that you said there was this one guy. This guy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was in glasses, like a trench coat, and and he was walking on the road. When you look down, you could see you could see people like wanting to get out, and then you looked up and you see people floating in the air with with anchors holding them down, but they're still floated.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. Real quick, cat is. I wish I studied dream interpretation, but I read Freud once, but I wasn't impressed.
Freud has some good ideas, some bad ones, but go ahead.
He thinks everybody wants to fuck their mother. That guy's
Well, yeah,
weird.
that's one of the ideas where yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
you had a dream about people wearing anchors in the sky? You want to fuck your mama? No, I don't, dude.
Did you have to give it an Italian accent?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I turned him into Mario, dude. What the fuck?
Uh, but go ahead. Like talk. Maybe there's more detail. I don't remember, but that stood out to me.
Well, this dude, I wrote about this shit because I was trying to turn it into a story because like I can recall this shit like I dreamed about it yesterday because of how weird it was, man. There's a guy and he's wearing boots, pair of blue jeans, and a black leather jacket, and he's walking down a road, and it's a straight road. The road does not end. It doesn't end. It just goes all the way down, and there's just the sun is just beating down on him. And while he's walking, he's talking about the decisions that he's made in his life and how he got to the point of where he is and how he wish he could take back the mistakes that he's made in his life and shit. And while he's walking down the road, he looks underneath his feet and there's like demons and shit they look like, and he's saying that all the people that are underneath him are people that have been weighed down by the bad decisions and greed that they made, and they're all stuck in there. And every time that it rains, the rain, but it's like a fucking anime, dude, because when the rain comes down and hits the blacktop, the people that are underground, they can see it, and they hold their mouths open like they're gonna get water, but they never do. So it's like they're being teased with it almost. It's weird to describe it.
Didn't you also? Didn't you also have a dream where where you saw a little girl standing there, and all of a sudden a meteor hits
No,
her?
no, no. That was when somebody dosed my weed with embalming fluid.
Oh wow!
Yeah, yeah. I told this story, I know for sure, but real, I'll tell that one again, and but I'll go back to this one. And then when
Yeah.
he looks up a little bit, and there's people that are literally, they're not on the ground, they're not all the way in the sky, but they're hanging in the middle, and they're like skeletons kind of, but they have weights attached to their ankles, so they're not underground, but they're not above ground either. They're kind of like hanging out in
Wait a
person.
minute. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what? I just thought of something. What if what if it's actually a layer? You know what I mean? Like what you because hold on. Give me a sec. Because when you look down, when he looks down, he sees people banging on the pavement or glass or whatever the fuck. But then he looks up, he sees kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like he's stuck in the middle of, like, you know what I mean? Like
Y-
levels, like a building. You know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was fucking weird. I mean, it gets weirder. It definitely gets weirder than that. If you can believe it, I don't know what any. I'll tell you the entire dream, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to be really careful with the end part because I don't know what the fuck this means, and I don't want to get the Secret Service pulling me in somewhere and questioning me. Because I don't have nothing against anybody, but I'll tell you whatever it is, dude. Like while this guy is walking down the road, man, an eyeball just appears in the sky and it's looking around, and then a gavel from like a courtroom comes out of the sun and squishes the eyeball onto the ground. What the fuck that's about, I have no idea. What I'm assuming is, judgment, you watching the your own shit that you've done in your life, whatever the fuck that is. But it continues on in the cemetery where there's people who were once in prominent positions of power are nailed to upside down crosses, and in front of them are all open graves where there are worms with like fucking one eyeball, like cyclopses, that are digging around in the dirt, dude. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. That's just some weird trippy shit.
Yeah, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you also dream about somebody's husband?
That's what one of Jen's aunts said, because in the dream, one of the things that the guy said, because I woke up and I wrote down everything that he was saying as much as I could remember, and he said some shit like, oh, what the fuck was it? He said something about, I could tell you now, a metal band would pay for a video like that for sure. Especially if I could, dude, if I can animate what I see in my head, it would be fucking over. But he said something about he would he would sink faster than a rabbit's foot in quicksand, and she said that apparently that was something that one of her boyfriends used to say all the time. Like they were supposed to get married, and the guy wound up dying in a motorcycle accident. So
But
I
then
don't.
you wouldn't really know that.
No, I never met the guy in my life, but I described the dude in the dream, and she said that sounded like him 100. Like when I told her about this, she started crying, dude. So I don't know what that's all about. It's really
Hmm.
fucking weird. I'm not gonna pretend to say that I'm some kind of a fucking
Yeah,
medium
it is creepy.
dead or anything, but
No, that's true. That's true. I'm just, the brain still fascinates. The brain still fascinates me. The way it's able to create images in your head. You know what I mean? When you close your eyes, it creates images. I'm
bro,
just
you want to hear another fucked up dream I had recently?
yes.
Okay, check this out. This one doesn't make any sense either, but I want to tell you about it because I want to see what you think it means.
Dude, no dreams make fucking sense.
Okay, strap in. Here we go. So I'm on a deck, right? And for some reason, there's a house that's sitting in the middle of a rainforest. I don't know why. That's just where it is, right? And there's a
Is it the
deck
house from Up?
on the deck, dude. There's a skunk, but it's not like a regular skunk. It has the body of a skunk, the legs of a dog, and the mouth of it has the shape of an alligator mouth, right?
So what you're telling me is it's got an alligator head, a skunk body, and
The legs of a dog.
Okay,
right?
you're a
So
weirdo.
yeah, for sure. Dude, so me and Jen are standing on this deck, dude, and I look at her and I'm like, bro, how are we gonna get rid of this fucking thing? We can never come out, we can't go in the house now. We're stuck out here. She's like, no, stupid. Look, it's really easy. All you gotta do is this.
Even in your dreams, Jen.
Yeah, even in my dreams it's so dumb. But she reaches down, dude, and she picks it up like she's picking up a dog. And she, oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't outside in the deck. It was inside in a bathtub. That's where it was. It
Oh
was
wow.
inside the house in a bathtub. And she reaches down and she picks it up. And we walk outside. And by the way, that's all that this house is. There's the bathroom. And then when you walk out of the bathroom, like you know how in video games, when you leave one part of the board, the part that you leave disappears. And then the next part of the level shows up.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Where then we go from the bathroom to there's an outside deck that's sitting out in the rainforest. So she drops it. She goes, look, this is all you got to do. She picks it up out of the bathtub. She walks outside onto the deck and she goes, all you got to do is this. And she takes it over the banister and she drops it. And she goes, there. Now it's gone. And she looks at me and she goes, now you do it. Now, before I even say anything else, what do you think happened?
Wait, hold on, hold on. I was like, now you do it. So does the creature appear again in the tub?
Yep.
Okay.
She
What?
says now you do it and it respawns like a fucking enemy in a video game. So I reached down to grab this fucking thing and of course, as my luck would have it, the motherfucker bites me. Except it's not like a regular bite, dude. This thing has half of my arm in its fucking mouth. And I'm like, "Oh, great. Of course it would bite me and you just throw it away with no fucking problem, right?" So then I leave the bathroom with this thing attached to my fucking arm, and I'm hanging it over the end of the railing, and I'm going, see, look, completely attached. Now I'm gonna have to cut my arm off. And she's like, "No, just bang it against the railing, it will fall off." So
Were you not? Hold on. Were you not in pain? What the?
uh, no, it hurt like it hurt. Like the weird thing is when I dream shit, dude, I feel it like it's actually happening. Like the sensation feels real.
That is bad in a way. Like if you ever feel like dying in a dream, then yeah. Wow.
So, dude, I whacked my arm about 4 or 5 times against the railing and it fell off, and then I woke up.
Yeah. Never sleep again, Kevin. Jack. Whatever. You get the point. Sorry.
Sounds about right. I think it's about reflection of what you think of your life. You know what's fucking weird, dude? I thought the same thing because that dream happened the night after one of the people that live in this development was super fucking wasted and it was a whole ordeal, dude. Like she tried coming on to Jen, bro. It was a fucking nightmare. And I was thinking to myself before I went to sleep, how did I wind up in a position in my life where at 34 years old, this is the kind of shit that I have to deal with? This is like high school shit. You would think I would be past all this by now.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, people are still people. Like,
That's true. That guy that she's with trying to fuck me too, bro. It's fucked up.
uh,
Oh shit, what's up, dude? It has been a while, but I haven't gone live for a really long time. We're gonna figure out how we can
React
fix that.
Taxi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
Yeah, he's a fucking regular on this channel, dude. We got the two fucking old school cats in here right now. Now what we're missing is a couple of other people, and we have the old crew back in here, but they probably bounced when I stopped doing reactions. Just tell you're a pitcher and not a receiver. Bro, how's this motherfucker going to look at me and go, hey, man, I just want you to know I think you have really pretty lips.
Well, keep talking. Don't listen to me typing.
Well, no, I wanted to leave that uncomfortable moment there for a second. It makes it real. But he looks at me, he goes, I just want you to know you got real pretty lips. I swear to God, and everything I love in this world, bro. I looked him dead in his eyeballs. I said, Cat, you're barking up the wrong tree, dude. I don't go that way, but I appreciate your compliment, and I would rather you keep it to yourself. I think you have very odd dreams. Oh, bro, you don't know the half of it, dude. Those are a couple of lightweights. That's not even the
Lightweight, he says.
That's not even the weirdest shit that I've ever dreamed of in my life, bro. Dude, one time I had a dream, and I swear this is real shit. I was in an old town, Ocean Gate. It was called. You can look it up. I don't live there anymore, so I don't care. I was running on the boardwalk, and for some reason, like it was like Resident Evil, bro. Everything was all orange and shit, like it was about to be a sunset, and all these vampires were fucking chasing me, and I ran up on top of a taxi cab, and they ate me. But that was the dream. No explanation. I don't know why. There was another time where oh my God, I can't believe I was about to just say that. You know what? Fuck it. It's the last hangout ever. Let's get into some shit, right? So I had a really odd sex dream, dude, where fucking me and Jen both had guns. And in the middle of me fucking her, she shot me. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And she was like, dog, this is what I'm into now. This is what you got to do. So she has me put her doggy style position. She's like, I want you to put the gun to the back of my head and shoot me. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. That's going to kill you. She's like, no, it won't. Trust me. You'll see. Do it. And I was like, I mean, all right. So I put it to the back of her head before I pulled the trigger. I woke up. So that's weird.
There's so many ways to interpret that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man.
But you know, regarding the dream you said about running on the chicks with guns hot, you're not wrong. I just wouldn't want to be shot by them, but you're not wrong. Never
For
fuck
real.
with a chick with a gun.
For real, you'll be. What's that movie with Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman where they have to learn how to make the bullet?
Wanted, I think.
Yeah. Wanted. You'll be like in Wanted, trying to duck gunshots.
But no, what was I gonna say? Like regarding the dream of you running on a beach with vampires, that could be interpreted as you being, you not really trusting people that well. You being almost afraid. You know what I mean? Deep down, you're afraid of people because they've been fucking you your entire life. Just my, retarded interpretation.
I mean, I agree with the assessment 100%. You want me to talk about? I'll talk about the tripping PCP shit. Okay, so I'm in Freehold, right? And I'm chilling with about 5 or 6 people, and we're all packing a bowl and we're smoking. And then one of my friends goes, oh shit, the screen is no good in this one. I gotta change it out. Now, for all you heavy duty pot smokers, bro, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, I don't know if people still do this.
Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous. Go ahead. Sorry, I had to sing that.
I don't know if people still do this, but they used to put screens in their bowls so that when they were smoking, when it got to the end of the bowl, the weed wouldn't fly through the bowl and you wouldn't get what some people refer to as eats, which is just a fancy way of saying that the spent weed goes into the bowl and into your mouth, which is not fun. So she goes, oh shit, the screen is no good. I have to change bowls. I'll be right back. And she pulls out an elephant bowl, and right then and there, I should have known that I was in trouble.
Okay, Kev, you should have just stopped that. She pulls out. Left it to the imagination. Just she pulls out.
Dude, she pulls out an elephant bowl. I knew right then and there, my gut told me something's not right about this. Because you got to pull from the trunk of the elephant. But I said, fuck it, you only live once, right? Everybody's looking at each other and they're all laughing. Something's definitely up here, dude. But okay, whatever, we'll do it. So I'm like, I'm not hitting that. Until everybody else here hits it, I'm not hitting it. So everybody else like, oh, you fucking pussy, were you scared? Talking all the shit that people talk. So everybody hits it. It comes around to me. I hit this shit. I feel fine. Everybody keeps asking me. This is how you know somebody laced your shit, bro. When they keep asking you, hey, man, you feel okay? How you feel? Like, I'm fine, bro. Why are you looking at me like that? Then, starting to make me suspicious. So I sit down, man, and I couldn't tell you the time frame. Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, I'm sitting on, there's a, I don't even know what you would call it. It's bricks, but it's not, it's almost like a gate thing, but it's made out of bricks. I don't know what the fuck it is. Either way, I'm sitting on that. And then dude, if you take the front of your shirt, if you put both of your hands on the shirt that you're wearing right now and you pull down until you feel like you're gonna hit the ground, that's what it feels like, man.
Hmm.
So I'm being pulled to the ground and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So my friend looks over at me and she goes, dude, your clothes feel like they're soaking wet, don't they? I'm like, yeah, how the fuck do you know that? She's like, I just got you to smoke wet, motherfucker. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Dude, I don't smoke lace shits and I'm scared out of my fucking mind. I'm freaking out. They're like, dude, calm down, you're gonna be fine. It's not gonna kill you. This is all that's gonna happen. You're gonna be fine. So of course, all the pussies I was with wind up passing out because they're fucking lightweights. And I'm left to my own devices by myself. Now I'm across a main highway, which is 547, I believe, is the highway out
Is
there.
this the one? Is this the one where you see the girl in the meteor?
Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about, dude. So
Okay, go ahead.
I look across the street, man, and there's a little girl in a nightgown, dude. She's just standing there, and she's waving me over to the other side of the street, telling me to come over there. And I'm seeing cars fly. Well, I don't see cars go by. I can hear cars going by, but I don't see the cars. I can only see the headlights. The rest of the car is invisible,
Huh.
but I can feel the wind from the cars as they're flying past me. So I say, fuck you. I'm not going over there. You come over here if you want to talk to me. So she starts to walk over, dude. Street goes dead quiet, man. And then all of a sudden she gets about halfway across the street. And then, bam, pair of headlights come flying down the
Oh, it
street.
was headlights. I thought it was a meteor that hit her.
Yeah, no, I'm getting to that, bro. You're going to
Okay, okay, sorry.
question the story, dude. Sorry, I'm not mad at you. That is a crazy part, though. So I can see why that sticks out in your mind. But the headlights hit this little girl, and it's that fatality in Mortal Kombat where Johnny Cage takes your torso and he rips it off your legs and throws it next to your legs in the video game.
I
That's
think so, yes.
That's what it looked like, except when it split her in half, the top half of her torso barreled over the car and landed next to her. And then there was an orange light in the sky, dude. Almost like a bright star. And I'm looking up at it and I can see it. It's coming down. It's a fucking meteor, dude, that is coming out of the sky and just smashes her body into pieces, dude, and leaves a fucking hole in the ground. And I go running to everybody that is there with me, and I'm trying to wake them up, and they won't wake up. So now I just have to sit somewhere and just panic to myself. And all I'm thinking is, I just don't look at anything and just try to be calm, dude. That's all I really remember.
It's weird. It's weird that your mind would create that on that drug, but then again, at the same time, we really don't understand. Well, okay, I don't really understand, how everything affects the brain. I mean, it's a chemical. That is weird. Like like it reminds me of the stories you hear when people are on DMT. Oh, I was on DMT and I met like these entities that healed me or helped me out, or they just looked at me funny. Uh, you know what I mean?
Rain, wet, PCP, Sherm will make you run out butt ass naked singing We Are the World while trying to hump the tree. Bad stuff. Rapper
Wait,
Hugh did some and ended up in prison after he ate his girlfriend's lung. What the fuck?
Okay, that's no wonder. No wonder that wasn't a live chat and not the top chat. Wow.
Bro, I heard a story about a dude. I swear to, this was I believe this guy was on DJ Vlad, bro. I heard a story about some dude who got high on weed and PCP, and he called his, I think it was his baby mother or his ex-girlfriend, one of the two, and they got into an argument, and he did it. He cut his own dick off on the phone with her.
Why in the fuck would you? What?
I
What?
I guess he fucked some other girl while they were together, and he was like, "Yo, if you don't get back with me, I'm gonna cut my dick off." And she didn't think he was really gonna do it, but he did it.
But then, if she does, uh,
Bro,
never
your
mind.
mind is, you're not in a rational place when you do these things, which is why I imagine that most people that do these drugs wind up getting dosed, or they
Yeah.
see older people doing it and think that is cool. But I'm gonna leave you here for a second. I gotta take a leak real quick.
Okay. But okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. He wasn't thinking rationally, but I don't know. So let's see what's going on. Some drugs can make you do odd shit. Yeah, well, true. I don't know why they do that shit. I heard it gets super addictive. Hmm, I don't care. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? I love all of you. I love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Makes the world go round. Sorry, I'm just singing something.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, welcome back. What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
don't.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know why. I'm reading the chat. I don't know why they do this shit. I heard it gets super addictive. Some drugs can make you do odd shit, man. For real. If you were saying something, you can get back to it. I didn't
Well,
mean
no,
to.
I didn't really know what the fuck to say, so I just started singing. I like the Athena pick. Thanks.
Oh, that's dope. You know who that is?
No, he just likes the picture of Athena,
Oh,
the goddess of wisdom and warfare.
oh, well, there's that. This uncomfortable moment is brought to you by Assumptions. Dude, I had one other experience where this kid that I grew up with, I went out in the woods with him. You know who I'm talking. You remember Art, bro?
Oh God, that fucking guy who made you, well, okay, he lived in your old house, but then made it fucking impossible for you.
Hell yeah,
Like he got big.
dude. We were still like teenagers, bro. Like 17, 18, had to be. I think we were still in high school. I don't remember, but we were out in the woods. He had a corn cob pipe, bro.
Didn't somebody piss on him? Somebody remember?
I wouldn't doubt
Somebody
it.
pissed on him. Oh.
I wouldn't doubt it. That kid is a fucking maniac, dude. But I'm out in the woods with this cat, bro, and he wants to smoke, but he does it in a fucking corn cob pipe. Piss. Hold on. Hey, piss time for me. I guess that means that you're out, dude.
No, he just went to take a piss.
Oh, okay. But I smoke with this dude out of this corn cob pipe, bro. And I don't know what the fuck was in it. Might have been the same shit, but I mean, he called it the fucking dope zone or some bullshit like that. And when I smoked it, dude, everything went like yellow or orange. I don't remember. All the trees in the woods got so high, like I couldn't see the top of them. And I was chasing leprechauns around in the woods. And as fun as that sounds, dude, a, a whole week after I smoked that shit, I was sick. Like cold sweats, shaking, throwing up, diarrhea. So I don't know what the fuck that shit was, but whatever it is, dude, I don't remember ever feeling like anything like that ever. So I cursed them out and never smoked with them again after that because I don't you only get an opportunity to dose me one time.
Yeah.
Welcome back, dude.
Now, okay, here's a question for you. When after you got clean. Okay, sorry, let me try again. After the drug passed through your system, did you go outside and check whether there was a fucking, there was a fucking, uh, hold on, there was a fucking crater in the street?
Yeah, there wasn't one.
I
It was
figured there
all
wasn't.
it was all fucking a fake dude. The fact that you can imagine some shit like that and have it feel as real as it did is insanity.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying you're delusional, but delusions can feel real. You know what I mean? Like
Hell
again,
yeah,
I'm not saying you were delusional that you were affected by the drug, but that brought about an illusion, and you get the point.
yeah. Spiking somebody is really a fucking shitty thing to do. However, I'm thankful that that happened to me because in my head that tells me that the world of hallucinogens is not for me. Like
Oh,
my
so you don't
mind.
want to take DMT?
Yeah, no, never. Dude, I don't think I have the right brain for that shit, man. I
But
honestly
then
think
who
I'm one of
does?
those kind of people that would throw myself out of a fucking window or some shit.
Well, I mean, I think DMT keeps you so you can't really move, so you don't really have that problem. I could be wrong, but I mean, who does have the brain for it?
I've always been interested in those trips, and you could take similar trips on heavy weed. Oh, dude, I can imagine. Bro, I smoked some fucking King Kong shit in my life, man, that'll have you fucking twisted. Although I remember a show from one of my favorite shows to listen to, and they're not talking about puke or anything like that, is The Bonfire, Sirius XM, Channel 95. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a Sirius XM, check that fucking show out, bitches. Crackle, crackle. Anyway, they were talking about smoking DMT. And one of the comics, Big J, has a girlfriend that produces the show, Christine. They all smoked DMT together. Jay didn't do it, but he sat in the room while his girlfriend, Christine, and another comic, Ari Shafir, smoked it together, and she said that when she when she closed her eyes that she felt like she was stuck in a screensaver, and she was like that for hours, dude. Like she felt like she couldn't get out of it, and that shit scared the fuck out of her, so she was like, I'll never do that shit again.
But see, she wasn't prepared for it. Like I think if you prepare somebody for it, you know what I mean, you wouldn't have things like that. You know what I mean? Like if you train for it, so to speak, and you're like, okay, what you experience on DMT, whatever you experience, it's not real. Okay, it's just what your mind is going through based on the drug. As long as you can keep that in mind, you should be fine. Now, again, you're gonna experience some very fucked up shit. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to put a link in the chat for when this is over so you guys can fucking check this out. It's by a comic, Ralphie May, who talks about acid trip. Talks about an acid trip.
I
But
believe I believe Joe Rogan, because I watched some some clips of Joe Rogan talking about DMT. I believed he used it a lot, and he mentioned this one trip he had where everyone around him was clowns.
Oh
I don't know if
shit.
you ever I don't know if you ever heard that. Like he took DMT, or hold on, what, either it was him or someone else that he was talking about, that we were all clowns. I do remember that he talked about like being in like it would felt like a waiting room. You know what I mean? Like the waiting room after you die. You know what I mean? He felt like, oh, it seems like to be God's waiting room. I think I need to look up those old clips again.
That one sounds familiar, but to read the chat real fast, Taxi said I was lucky with my shit back in the day. Almost always kept it together. Always be aware that salvia shit can be very, very strong. Listen to me. If you do nothing else from this fucking podcast, dude, there are YouTubers on here that record themselves on it if anyone is interested. Well, I was just gonna say there was a fucking episode of the Crab Feast. I have to see. Oh, I'm gonna look it up. Crab Feast podcast. Uh, Salvia trip story because I don't remember who said it. Wait, did my shit just cut off? No, I don't think so. It shows that it's still going. Wait, everybody is still here? Everything's going? Oh, he's talking about those damn elves and dancing with them. What was I gonna say? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who said this? Hold on, I'm trying to look it up. Steve Cantwell. That's who it is. Let me fucking. I can still see you and hear you. Okay, good. Now let me change this to this and get the fucking right screen up because I want to show you. Come on.
Oh right, I'm muted. I was muted.
Oh,
You know,
okay. It got really quiet. I wasn't sure.
yeah, the Sylvia trip that took me from Alaska to Texas.
Bro, when I tell you, if you think that my fucking stories are wild,
Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't there a story that Joe Rogan said that he was on he was on LSD, and he went through like this crazy fucking story with this woman. I remember there was something that uh
well, I know Joe Rogan has said that he did DMT and he met aliens.
yeah, that's that seems like a consistent thing where people claim to meet these entities or whatever. Now we don't really know whether these entities really exist, or they're just something that your mind creates. You know what I mean? It's just it's it we don't know. Like, it could be another universe, or it could just be something your mind creates. I don't know.
Oh, that's what this fucking story is, dude. Bro, when I tell you this guy thought he was in a trip for 3 minutes and thought that wait, did I not give you the whole fucking link? Let me just make sure that you have it
You could
because
just put it in your Discord too.
there you go. Don't need to confront that for sure. Think I have too much hidden dark side that needs to be brought out. Yup. Bro, this guy tripped for 3 minutes and thought that he lived 8 years in a completely different fucking life.
Wow.
Bro, when I tell you this guy he thought that he was born in a town in Texas, that he grew up on a fucking mink farm. He had a wife, he had children, a whole life, dude. This is
But you know what? But you know what that reminds me of? There's this episode of Justice League Unlimited, right? Where it's Batman, and you might have even seen it, where it's Batman and Wonder Woman. It's Superman's birthday. They go bring him gifts. Uh, Batman got him money for some fucking reason. Uh, Wonder Woman got him something, and then when they get there, they notice that Mondo, or Mambo, whatever the fuck, the warlord, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like,
Mambo number 5.
well, no, it's like okay, so they see Superman standing there with like this fucking, Will you stop that? I'm trying to talk. Okay, no, but they see Superman standing there with like this fucking alien, clinging to his chest, and have his tentacle like attached to his face, and when you go into his head, you see that you see that the alien is actually showing Superman, like his ideal life. You know what I mean? He's still on Krypton. He has a wife. He has a child. You know what I mean? And a dog. It's in a good relationship with his father. It was just one of those episodes where it was well written, because at the end of the episode, because near the end of the episode, it's like, I love you, son, but I don't think this is real. And the son is like, Daddy, you're scaring me. And that's what it reminded me of. You know what I mean? Because you said the guy spent 8 years thinking he lived. Like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay, I don't know whether it allowed this guy to live someone else's life for 8 years, but only 3 minutes passed, or whether his mind somehow just created this entire fucking life.
Well,
That
bro, he was a Mormon.
what does that have to do with anything?
When he tripped, he was a Mormon. And after this trip was over, he changed his whole fucking life, dude. Him and his wife started going out having threesomes with women on a fucking boat in the middle of the ocean. Like, bro, the shit that this guy did at this salvia trip changed his fucking entire perspective on life completely, because he thought nothing was real, bro. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, dude.
But
I see a girl get hit in the street with a fucking meteor, and I fall to pieces. I can't even imagine living a whole nother
oh,
life.
okay, okay.
Mink
God damn it! I keep
thinking
using your real name.
it was real,
Yeah, I keep using your real name.
dude. I don't care. It doesn't
All
matter
right.
as long as you don't say my last name. I don't give a shit.
Okay, I was gonna make a joke, whatever. But dude, okay, you didn't break down. Okay, this guy had a trip that lasted that 3 minutes, but lasted 8 years, and all of a sudden he thought nothing was real. But what? No, that's like the wrong conclusion to have. Like I don't know. Like, everyone's different, obviously, but to me it just seems like he couldn't handle it. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, dude, you have to listen to this fuck. If you leave nothing, if you take nothing away from this fucking channel, it should be that fucking story right there. It messed his complete persona up, dude. I never heard anything like. I mean, I've heard of a lady eating mushrooms and quitting cigarettes.
Well, there are there are some studies that say people who take ayahuasca, which is like the DMT infused tea, uh, you know they're able to get past their addictions. Now, I think it's only 60% that do. You know what I mean? I need to look more into this, but it's interesting. It's interesting to think that DMT can actually help some people. You know what I mean? Because it literally rewires your brain, and based on the stories that I've read, a lot of people have claimed that these spirits actually healed them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you could say that these spirits actually exist and they heal them, or I guess the more logical choice, the more The more the more logical choice is that the brain itself healed itself, but but it created a. You get the point?
Yeah. It creates a diversion to make you think that somebody else did it, which in your mind you will hold on to that because it's something that you can treasure as an experience versus if you realize that your brain does it yourself, you don't value it as much.
Yeah, definitely. Like, dude, this 3 pound organ in your skull is fucking amazing if you treat it well.
Well, dude, when I went to the neurologist, bro, I know I had to have told you this.
Yeah,
When
you
I
told
went,
me your brain was Swiss cheese. I was like, what?
yeah, for a fucking doctor to walk out and go, all right, man, let me go look at your CAT scan and see what's up, and come back in the room and ask me, do I know who I am or who the president is? You know you're fucked up. He's like, dude, I don't know how you're walking or how you're talking, but the fact that you're even able to do those things is amazing.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like for me, I think I think your brain rewired itself so much that to an observer, to someone who sees your CAT scan, you're like, there's no fucking way this guy is functional. What the fuck? Did he have you take it again? I'd be like, okay, let's take it again because we need.
What's fucked up is that they take those results and then they go, okay, well, you know what? Here's an experimental drug that you can take. Hopefully it works out for the best, but we're not sure. We can't guarantee it's gonna work, and we can't guarantee it's how fucked up, bro. Let me ask you a question. If I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a. Okay, you know what? Perfect example. If somebody said to you, "Okay, you can," or we have a sneaker. Sounds professional. Gotta love doctors. 100%. Dude,
Yep.
you have they have a sneaker in their hand, and you're walking around the world with a sock on and no sneaker. And the doctor says to you, well, you can put this sneaker on, and maybe you'll walk around better and it'll make your life easier. Or you could possibly put this sneaker on and your foot could fall off. We're not sure, but you
Well,
know,
okay. I don't think that analogy works because shoes do. Like, I
it
get what
does.
you're getting at, but
It
it doesn't
doesn't.
work.
No, it doesn't, because I can't. What he actually said to me was, here's what I'm trying to get at. This MS disease is currently dormant. It was active in 2008 or 9, and then it went back dormant again. Now, every neurologist that I went to said, listen, we have an experimental medication we can give you because you need to treat it. The problem is, if we give you this medication, there's a good chance that it could take the disease out of dormancy and it could affect you more than it is currently now while you're not taking anything. But if you don't take anything and it winds up activating later on in life, then you will have no chance at all of fighting it off. So what they're telling me is there's a good chance I could live the rest of my life with this thing never waking up, or it could wake up tomorrow. I could take those chances, or I could take this medication that may work or may not work and guarantee that it wakes it up with almost a guarantee it wakes it up and I can fuck my life up. It doesn't make any sense. Hit me hard, mental state needed to balance. It was high content, maybe 90%. It was amazing bit, but hard as fuck. Is it worth it, man? I ask myself that question every day. I wake
Well,
up.
okay, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. This institute that that actually helps people with cerebral palsy and strokes. Get back on their feet by making them, by making them train. Like, it's a way to neuroplasticity. Like, you know what I mean? Because there is a way to stave off this. It just requires keeping your mind active, learning new skills, eating healthy. You know what I mean? Like, because your mind does have the tools. Sorry, your brain does have the tools to repair itself, and if need be, rewire itself. So so it could. So, because believe it or not, your brain actually shrinks if you don't take care of it.
Mm.
Like it does. Just it may not be noticeable, but it does shrink.
Well, I would hope, like, listen, dude, I walk around way more than probably the average person does, which is
That's good.
obviously
That's
a
good.
good thing for muscle building. At the same time, though, I would hope, as dumb as it might sound, or as simple as it might sound, doing the podcast and finding these different drops to put in it and coming up with different concepts and ideas, I would hope that that would help keep my brain active because it
Yeah,
keeps me interested and it forces me to constantly create scenarios
yeah. No,
where I
it does. It does.
something.
Here's the thing. It does walking. It does like reading. I don't know how much you read. Maybe you don't. Doing these podcasts, interacting with people, eating healthy, which I know you probably don't do because
I
y-
eat like a toddler.
yeah. But I don't know. Like I have this book right now. I'm looking at the brain that changes itself. I have read it. It is very fascinating. The power of the human brain. Like how if you understand it, you can. It takes a long ass time. Obviously, it takes dedication, but the brain is able to repair itself. The brain is able to. You know what I mean? Like, dude, they followed a group of people for 20 years who kept active, who ate well, you know what I mean, who learned new things, and after they died, they've noticed that a lot of them had, a lot of them had the scar tissue of dementia. Hold on, sorry, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and stroke. Yet when they were alive, they still have cognitive function. Because the brain was kept active, it found ways around the damaged areas. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. And what they never seen doctors though, right?
Well, they did see doctors in a sense, and they went for checkups, obviously, because as I said, they followed these people for 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw it in the chat. He said, "Learn telepathy, blow women's skirts up." Dog, dude,
I mean,
that's telekinesis. I mean, bro. Either way, if you learn telepathy, you can read their minds, figure out telekinesis, so you can read their mind, figure out what they want, blow their skirts up, and bang their back out. Fuck
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Here's the PDF if you want to read it. The brain that changes itself.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, up to you. I read it and it was fucking awesome.
Why does this, bro? Why does Discord always open up Internet Explorer?
Don't ask me. Did you install Chrome?
Shut up. No. Yeah, yeah, I'm using Chrome. I don't know if it's installed, but I'm using it. Wait, but it has to be installed if I'm using it, right? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't understand the way things work. Oh, maybe it's because I have an ad blocker on.
Probably. uh,
A woman perpetually
okay,
falling.
okay. I would like to point out that it's 12:01 and we're still live. So I'm guessing it has to be 12 in California
Oh
because we're still
shit.
live.
Good call, dude.
So let's go to 3 a.m. Yay!
Bro, I would have never fucking thought about that.
Well, you're wearing that hat, of course, it's cutting circulation to your brain.
Yeah, I put this motherfucker on because I was staring at it and I was like, you know what? Why not? We got to bring it back to the old days before there are no days left.
But yeah, if you do wind up reading the entire thing, it's like 200 and whatever pages. Let me know because it is very interesting.
Is it the morning or the night over there? It's probably in the morning, right? Because it's 12:02 a.m. on the East Coast, so that probably means
It's
it's
nine. It's nine. It's 9 p.m. over there
no. He
in
said it's
California.
no. I'm talking about the United Kingdom.
Oh, it's probably morning over there,
Yeah,
like
because
actual morning.
he said it's 5:01 in the UK, man. Bro, that's crazy. You get up mad early, dude. Fuck that shit. 5 a.m. My ass is no good sleeping, bro. Or I'm fucking because I'm the man. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be great if I could say that and mean it, right?
It is currently August 1st. Ah.
Very, very morning. Yeah, fuck that noise, dude. Although you're probably a responsible member to society, you contribute things. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No, I'm not working today. Damn, so you had to get up at 5 a.m. just because that's your protocol, dude.
Well,
You're
okay. I just want to say something. Being a contributing member of society can take many forms. For example, you're contributing to society right now by being a clown. You're just not getting paid for it.
That's true, and I do contribute to my local economy, so
There
fuck
you go.
yeah, fuck that, dude. I help out. I fucking I'm keeping the corner store around the way open. That's crazy, dude. Well, more power to you, bro. Up this
Oh,
out.
I need a massage, and I need to leave. Hey,
Speaking of yeah,
well, no, I just want to make a joke.
go ahead.
Yeah, I just went, hey, this apartment's done yet? Six
Uh,
to 8 months? Are you kidding me? Fine. I'll go. I'll freeze myself. Wake me
but
up when they're done.
dude, I'm telling you, keep an eye on it because they said this place was not going to be open for another year, and they wound up opening in November.
Oh,
November
don't
1st.
worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Do not worry. I have a job coach. That keeps an eye out for me. Like they literally started building, like maybe a month ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? They're still building it in Wintertown.
Wait,
I don't care what the town, but
let me ask you a question real quick. Though I always kind of wondered this. What do you think of the idea about like going to a brothel, right? But it's not your standard brothel. Instead of women, you could fuck dolls. What do you think about that?
hmm, I don't see a problem with it. You fuck dolls. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no.
There's no actual people.
Would you go if there was one open in your town? Would you go?
Sure, why not? But here's the thing: I'd save up money and buy my own doll to keep at home privately.
See, that's a good point because we were reading up on this earlier. Apparently, over in Europe, there's a growing trend that has been shunned out of a lot of members of society where they're opening brothels, and instead of having women, they're having sex dolls there that people can go in and fuck. To which I just thought about this. What if you're a lesbian, right? What would be the pleasure of you fucking a doll? Like you would get, it would just taste like plastic. Do they have ones that could nut in your mouth and make it feel authentic? Did I just take it too far? I think I might have.
Okay. Here's the thing. That's a good question, but I don't think lesbians would need to go there because they wouldn't have a problem to getting someone. Well,
Yes,
actually, no,
what if
never
they're
mind.
in the
That's
closet?
fair enough. I don't know. I don't think they'd go. I'm not too sure though. I'm not a lesbian, so I couldn't tell you.
What's the problem with that? Not sure it would be any better than my hand. That's true. I mean, I guess people just see it as fucking dolls is a weird thing because the way that they probably figure it is now it's robots. I mean, now it's dolls. Next is going to be robot. They're
Look,
super
look,
fat
look, look,
lesbians.
look, look, look. The entire arguments against sex dolls and sex robots is retarded. Okay? It's just fucking retarded.
I hear
Because
that.
yeah, it's
Bro, listen. I would need a sex robot just to keep around for when Jen's like, nah, not happening, bro. Stick that fucking thing somewhere else. Doubtful strap-on. Good point. Maybe they're insulated. Although I know lesbians that don't even like to feel in a dick, so they don't. Apparently, they don't use sex robots for the win. Yeah, for sure. But no, dude, it's in there are two in Canada and there are a bunch scattered in Europe where they're doing this shit. Theoretically, we can open a sex brothel with dolls here and we could be
okay.
rich.
Okay. Why don't we take this conversation to the next controversial level?
Oh, here we go. In comes the pedophiles, right?
Okay, I won't bring it up.
No, you can. All right, let's do it. You want to do it? Let's do it.
Like,
Both lesbians hump thighs, useless info, and you'll leave with a wet leg. I mean, I guess that's not bad, right? You want to splash around
okay,
a little bit like you're in the tub.
yeah. Look, the same argument people bring up for, it would be bad for them to have for them to have dolls that look like kids because they'll be training them. Well, can't you make the same argument with people who fuck dolls that look like adults? Like, to me, it just seems like it's the same argument. You're just saying one doesn't, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, do you? I don't know. Just forget I brought it up.
No, 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 no. We're gonna talk about this now. So, look, here's my thought on it. On one hand, theoretically, you would rather a pedophile fuck a doll than a child. On the other hand, I've left with a wet leg and I'm not a lesbian. Bro, my ball sack gets wet like I just went on a log flume, bro. If you're not, and that was a
The
Six
fuck are we
Flags
talking
Great
about?
Adventure reference. We're talking about sex with women because we're a bunch of hot lesbians, god damn it. No, bro, listen, if you leave that room and you're not if there's not a puddle in the fucking bed underneath you, you better fucking step your game up, son. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But look, theoretically, I would rather a pedophile fuck a doll than a child, right? But follow my argument. Now listen, I like jerking off just as much as the next guy. However, why would I jerk? How much can you jerk off before you say to yourself, I really need to stick my dick in somebody, right? Now, you could make the same argument for the doll. How long can the pedophile fantasize and fuck the doll until he has to go try to dig into some child butt? That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, no, no, no. Yeah, I know, but the same argument could be applied to adults. You know what I mean? To people. So let me repeat. The same argument could apply to you, who likes women. Can it not? I mean, how long are you gonna masturbate before you go fuck Jen?
That's true, but however, because I'm an adult asking another adult for consent, until I get that consent, I have to
Yeah,
jerk
no, no,
off
no, 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 no.
like
No,
a
like
natural
I
baby
know.
child.
Yeah, no, no. I understand that, but the argument against the sex dolls for the pedophiles seems to be that there's a possibility that they'll go out and commit a crime. Okay, okay, that's understandable, but the same argument could be made to you. You know what I mean? To you, okay? I have a sex doll that I fuck. How long is it gonna be before I wanna fuck my girlfriend?
That's true. I
Right?
mean, you could also make the opposite argument, which would be that whether or not this pedophile fucks a doll, it's going to have a lust for children, right? So rather something throw it a bone to keep it at bay, at least off the street a little bit. But I don't know. In the chat, so here's the bigger question: is pedophilia a Mexican sickness?
Do you mean mental sick? Like,
he said he
is
meant
he
to say
joking?
he meant to say medical. I just wanted to see what you would say if I said Mexican instead, because it was a typo that he said.
What, that's what I. That's what I just. A medical sickness. I don't know. I don't want to equate it to homosexuality, but homosexuality used to be considered a mental illness.
Depending
It's not
on
anymore, obviously.
the guy in the sky you believe in, sure, right?
Hmm. Like I get why pedophiles are so hated. Like they're like, dude, in jail, they're like the bottom the bottom of the totem pole, if we're gonna use that analogy. Although if I remember reading totem poles, people at the bottom are actually it's actually never mind. The hierarchy is different for a totem by an actual totem pole. You know what I
Wait,
mean? Those closest to the earth.
what does this do to me when you say that you can get to libertarian?
I have no fucking idea. Like, can you explain what you mean by that? Taxi.
But okay, so wait a second. I what I think is I think you can look at a pedophile as mentally ill the same way that you can look at a serial killer as mentally ill.
But wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. How can you tell them if the serial killers is mentally ill? If they're able to give you logical, if they're able to reason with you, like think of Ted Bundy. Like the guy could be charming. You could have a good conversation with him, but he made like I don't even know how many fucking kills.
That's part of the, but see, that's the difference. You equate that with judgment. I equate that to, that's part of the skill of the hunt, dude. When he's doing that, he's not, all he's thinking about is how cunning can I be to get this person.
No. I get it, but how can you say that that's a mental illness?
Mm.
Like what defines a mental illness? Isn't a mental illness something that impedes functionality? Like you know what I mean?
That's
Like okay, say if you have a mental illness, but you can still function in the world. You can still take a shit and wipe your ass. Is it a mental illness? I mean, it is, but it's probably, you know what I mean? Like the level, it depends. It depends on whether it impedes on your living. This is why people with depression, like really bad depression, are given pills to get them up and running. Like, because I've never slept 12 hours, as far as I can remember, anyway. You know what I mean? But I do have depression because of my circumstances. But I never slept 12 hours. I still have interests that I want to get into. You know what I mean?
yeah, go ahead, talk. I got to pee again real quick.
Okay. Serial killer going to be a bad analogy because you can kill with passion, which couldn't be considered an illness. Which, yeah, good point. I guess I'll wait till he comes back. Even though he was abused as a child, from all rules and thinking sexuality regarding the kids would be encouraged in any way. Well, hold on. No. I think you're thinking of anarchy, not libertarian, because I think libertarians still want government, but a minimized form of government. Although I suppose there are some libertarians that don't want government, but yeah, you're probably thinking of anarchy. Okay, waiting until Kevin comes back because I want to read this again. Mm. Eh, I mean, that's like saying a car and a bicycle are the same thing. Or same-ish. Yeah, they're both vehicles, I guess. Are you back?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Deimos said, serial killer going to be a bad analogy because you can kill with passion, which wouldn't be considered an illness, it would be an emotional reaction. Iceman is a good example, even though he was abused as a child.
That's that is true. Well, then again, okay, so maybe not serial killer, but somebody like a sociopath would be considered like sociopathic shit is considered a mental illness. That person can still function in society and manage to actually get on the higher level ends of society, being in
No, no, it's not a mental illness, it's a personality type. There's a difference.
okay, well, you see what I'm trying to get at, though. Well, then, so what do we consider? Is there a difference between what you're attracted to and what is considered like? Here's a perfect example. If I told you that there were people out in the world that like to fuck mannequins, would you consider those people mentally ill, or can that just be considered a fetish?
Good question. Personally, I would say there's something wrong with them, but then I'm like, okay, well, if it doesn't hurt anybody, who gives a shit?
Exactly. So I guess the only thing that is different between that and a pedophile is the fact that they're hurting a child.
Well, yeah, I know, but if you know, but if you give them a doll to quote unquote hurt rather than a child, isn't that good? Like,
I mean,
like
I think you would have to. I think you would have to categorize. I think you would have to categorize each person because some people are going to be more dangerous than others.
true, but my question has always been, how do we deal with with people like that? Like, how do we essentially fix them so they can live normal lives and not have attraction towards children? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I keep having this idea of creating a machine that alters their brain chemistry so they don't really have this anymore. But but that machine could be abused to hell. But I've thought this through. You know what I mean? I keep going back to this idea, but it always ends the same. The potential for abuse is too great. You know what I mean? So we're left with the problems we have. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they're still human. So you want to help them in some way. You know what I mean? Like, you remember watching Law and Order SVU, right? You watched Law and Order SVU before, right? Hello? Is he even here? Oh, he's not even here. Wow, I feel silly.
Oh, just give me a second. I'm trying to check on something. But
Yep, you had me talking to myself for fuck's sake. I was like, is he even here? Because I asked you a question. Like, do you remember that episode of Law and Order SVU where, where this like 16-year-old kid comes in, I need to talk to somebody, and then Olivia Benson talks to him, and then he's like, I know it's wrong to have these feelings, but I can't help it. And you find out that that he was a pedophile. He was attracted to to his stepbrother, but he didn't want to hurt him. You know what I mean? So, so it was like, so they needed to find a way, okay, how do we help this kid? And Kraken is like, well, he can't really be helped unless he offended already.
that's
What?
fucked up.
I,
Well, just to hit the chat real quick. Libertarian as in freedom from all rules and thinking sexually regarding children should be encouraged in any way. Fuck that. No
Yeah,
way
well,
in
no, hold
hell.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I need to clarify a few things. He was thinking of anarchy. Okay, libertarian. There are libertarian philosophies that you'd still want a state, but like a government, but the government has limited power. Okay, anarchy is the one where there are no rules. However, under anarchy, you just it's okay. Look, anarchy has its problems, obviously. You know what I mean? But in anarchy, people are free to do whatever they please, and they are free to choose whatever. But the thing is that if they want to hurt somebody, they can. But at the same time, like, okay, you get the point. Anarchy has its issues, but at the same time, it doesn't say, oh, it's okay to fuck kids. It just puts the freedom in your hands. If you choose to fuck kids, that's up to you. If you choose to do that, you're gonna be fucked. You know what I mean? Because the people around you are gonna be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So
True.
I just had to clarify. I just had to clarify some things because it's like, oh, they're same-ish. Well, that's like comparing a car with a bicycle. Yeah, 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 yeah. They're both vehicles, but one of them they have different functions. You know what I mean? Libertarianism and anarchy are two different
What?
philosophies.
No.
Sorry, I'm venting or whatever. You get the point.
Yeah, no, and also I want to just acknowledge that, vroom vroom motherfucker. I mean, people fucking in their cars, fetish. I have no answer for that. I want to acknowledge that beautiful bomb. Uh, I don't want to be the person who brings this up, but there are other countries who marry children. Then a doll is a representation of a person.
Oh,
It can fuel bad things in real life. How long has this happened before it is registered? Before he's registered? All right, there's a lot of shit to cover here. The the idea of people in other countries marrying children, fuck those people. They're scumbags. That's what I say. And anybody that doesn't like that can suck my fucking dick. Nobody has any goddamn business marrying a goddamn child. Children are supposed to be.
well, wait, hold on. Is it arranged marriages? Or the child arranged to marry somebody once they reach, once they reach the age that country deems appropriate for them to marry, because obviously, every country has different laws and different standards for when you're considered an adult. I mean, the fucking Jewish people consider you an adult at 13, for fuck's sake. You know
Which
what I
is
mean? That's
bananas, but
why.
then we get into cultural differences, though, because I mean, I think it's how you're raised, though, too. Because I was
But
raised
that's the
with the
point. Morality is subjective. It is based on where you were born. You could say that what goes on in the world is fucked up, yes, but you're basing it on your the subjective morals of your culture. You know what I mean? Like, it's still fucked up, yeah, but you're only basing that. And he left again.
yeah, it's fucking, it's dick, dude. Because at the same time, like, okay, there could be somebody that was born in that culture, though, that could still think the same way that I do, because maybe if they feel like it's morally wrong. But I mean, then again, like, dude, I think I this is a very unpopular opinion, and if you want me to get deep into this, me and Doug, when he was still doing the podcast, we actually got into a really heated argument about whether or not to talk about this, and we didn't argue a whole lot in the entire time that we talked about anything, but this brought up an argument because he said to me that I should not bring this up on a podcast because of how divided it can make people, because nobody wants to really talk about and have this conversation in public. I understand where he was coming from, but at the same time, I feel like fuck that. I shouldn't be censored I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and whoever wants to fucking peace out can peace. But unpopular opinion, I'm saying it right now, and I'm putting my 400 and change subscribers on the chopping block as my balls in this scenario. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think we should treat these people. I think we should treat these people and try to figure out what makes them tick so that we can try.
How is that? How is that an unpopular opinion? See, here's what I really don't like, and I've noticed this a lot throughout the years. People are too quick to act emotionally in a lot of situations. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to pedophiles, and I understand where that emotion comes from, but I've always be like, okay, they're still people. Why not help them in some way? No, no, they need to be killed. They need to be skinned. I'm like, holy shit. And you know what really disturbs me? If you try to say, oh, but pedophiles are still people too, they need to be helped. They'll say, you're a secret pedophile. You're a pedophile too. Why are you defending these people? I'm like, are you fucking retarded? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that was where the whole argument was rested at, which was that, most people would just elect for them to die. Nobody wants to hear you have sympathy for these fucking people because of
Oh,
what
dude,
they
I
do.
know it's fucking disturbing. Trust me, it is just disturbing how quickly some people become animalistic when it comes to this. Like all logic goes out the fucking door.
Now, look, I understand both sides of the argument. On one end, I can understand the logical part of my brain says let's treat these people, let's figure out what makes them tick so that we can take this thing away that affects children and other grown adults so we don't ever have to worry about this again. The second end of that argument, now we're on the fucking the slip and slide here where okay, well, you start with pedophiles, then people are gonna start trying to fucking convert gay people back to
Okay, okay,
being
okay.
straight.
Look. I need to adjust something. Okay, nobody. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That was nobody is saying that they're supporting pedophiles, preying on children. Like all people are saying. All I'm saying is that these people should be helped. Maybe castration. Maybe something, but nothing seems to help. When you try to have a discussion like this, you're like, oh, you're a pedo supporter, you're a pedo sympathizer, you're a pedo yourself. I'm like, no.
Well, I was gonna say real quick the second half of my argument, which nobody is gonna hear. Let somebody rape a child in my family or somebody that I know, and I'll be the first one in line to cut that cocksucker's balls off. So I understand the animalistic argument to it, and I understand the logical argument to it. But I think everybody needs to meet in the middle because if we don't figure out, like, let's put it this way, dude, serial killers are horrible people. And I know it's a bad example to compare pedophiles to serial killers, but at the same time, if we never took the opportunity to sit down and study these people's brains to figure out how the fuck they work, we probably wouldn't have the criminal psychology that we have today. So why can we not take those same principles and apply them to monsters that try to fuck children? Whether they can control themselves or not is another matter, because even if you chemically castrate them, they're still going to have the wants and needs in their mind, and that is a fucking sickness, which can be argued about whether or not it's moral. But the sex, in my opinion, maybe I'm old school, but should be held in a court between two consenting adults,
Well,
not an
yeah,
adult and a child.
yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but I keep thinking back to how the Greeks and Romans did, because they did sleep with their with slaves. But bottom line, the Greeks and the Romans, used to sleep with kids, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, that happened, but how did it affect them? You know what I mean? Like, because there's really no, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but there's really nothing that's that looks into what effect, what effect that had on those kids.
What effect
I
it had
mean,
on those adults is I hope they stuck their dicks in a dirty kid butt and they fucking fell the fuck
well,
off.
no, okay, look, I get that, okay, but I'm trying to think of whether it's a cultural thing or it really does have an effect.
Well, how do we know that somebody powerful didn't? Somebody has to start the trend. Unless there was a whole bunch of people in the Greek and Roman community that were fucking children in the quote unquote closet, right? Unless somebody that was in a position of power did it, and all the underlings, people that were smaller than them, underneath them, thought it to be acceptable within the community, maybe that's why they
Yes,
carried on.
but yeah, but the thing I'm trying to wonder is is if is if is if how do I articulate this? If those kids were fucked up as kids nowadays are fucked up, you know what I mean? Because the culture was different. So,
Even if they were, I don't think that's anywhere in the documents.
well, yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, were they? Is there
Well,
some
hold
kids?
on. Bring yourself back to a child for a second, dude. Imagine yourself being on the other end of somebody's dick as a child, or even a woman pushing you down and inserting you into her. That's not going to fuck you up as a child. You're supposed to be thinking about playing with your
No,
imagination.
look. I get it. Okay, yes, it's fucked up, but I'm trying to wonder whether it fucked those kids up who went through it when during the Romans and Greeks. Now we can look at hold on, we can look at our culture and say yes, it fucked them up, but how do we know? Unless we there's a story there's like a history there's a story out there that says oh so and so was fucked as a kid, and he became a serial killer in Rome. Or you know
Okay,
what I mean?
well, there's no way for us to know. However, I would say it's a safe bet that, look, I've been through things in my life, and let's just say when some shit like that happens to you, you don't ever forget about it. And I think part of that does shape who you are as a person. Now, maybe they didn't go crazy and kill other people, but one thing we know for sure now is that
Hold on.
pedophiles create other pedophiles.
True, but hold on. The Greeks slept with young boys as a training, mentoring, weirdness thing. That was how the sacred band were made. That's what Yak Taxi said.
Bro, if I was training with somebody and this guy went, okay, you're all good, we're
Hold on.
about to,
Amos makes a good point. I'd imagine those kids in Rome would take it as normal life.
well, there have to be a straggler. There would have to be one kid that maybe there was a ISIS in fucking Rome, right? Maybe he was seriously, like, I'm not even. There had to be one guy that is. Was there ever any research done into who the past of the kings were? Maybe that guy Nero or whatever the fuck his name is went around and killed all those people to conquer them because he was fucked as a child and it took his control away from him. So he decided to use and that power to overtake and regain his control over other people when he was an adult.
uh, Sorry, I'm looking at something else. I wasn't laughing at you. But I like, dude, like right now for us, it's really hard to answer. We really don't have all the data, although it's an interesting question because, as Dame was said, they probably took it as a normal life. It's part of a normal life. So, so does that mean that because I don't know. I definitely need to look into this. Well, I
I
mean,
don't
I
know,
like
but it
history
makes.
anyway.
I'll be honest with you, it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't like it.
I,
I
I,
understand these things
I agree with
happen.
you. I'm not like I'm not. Yes, it's understandable that it makes you uncomfortable. Okay, if you want to move from this conversation, we can.
Definitely, but I mean, I want to say that I'm not saying that to try to point for anybody listening to point a finger at you and try to say it doesn't bother you in any way. But I feel like it needs to be stated for the retards that need Pop Tart directions that are going to listen to this, that this conversation is uncomfortable to have, but it's necessary to have.
Yes.
Even though the thought of it is fucking repulsive. And if I ever, bro, do you ever think about what would you do if you walked if you walked out of your house and maybe you went to take a stroll around the block or went to walk to the store and you stumbled upon a rape of either a grown woman, another grown man, or maybe even a child? What the fuck you would even do?
I would, dude. I would like to think I'd help out, but I'd probably be standing there frozen. I'd be like, what the fuck do I do? You know what I mean? Because if I intervene, there's a chance I'll die. Although I guess what I could do is call the police and give as much information as I can, but by the time the police get there, it will be too late. So, what do I do?
That's true. And Taxi said no, it's always been a massive power and control thing. Old men, fucking boys, and women is a power thing. I understand. I get that. I do. They probably made excuses for it. On the other end, dude, I think I'm
Well, hold on.
partially.
It's not always a power thing. There has to be a component of sexual attraction, obviously. Also, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, there's the power thing, but there's also have to be a sexual attraction because it's like you know better than I do that sex itself is always a power dynamic. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you gave Jen power, sometimes she gives you power, but you're two consenting adults. So there's always the power dynamic during sex, even in
Right.
adults.
Yeah, and then Demo said, first, I want to make sure that they aren't acting out of fantasy. I don't want to kill somebody by mistake. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's two adults, I would definitely check in to make sure. But if I stumbled on somebody a rape, I would definitely probably do something and then ask questions later, which is probably a dumb thing to do. But I would imagine it would be easier to act if you stumble on a woman getting raped and you see a child getting raped. Now, I only say that because I think with a child, I think you would, in either situation, you would freeze, but I think you would be more frozen at the idea that somebody would have the balls to do something like that to a child out in a public place. Now, that person would definitely catch a worse beating than the person that's raping a woman, not because women are lower on the food chain for any reason, bad term of phrase, than children are, but it's just because, you know, I don't know. It just there's something just fucking even worse. Like that child does not have the ability to even attempt to fight for itself the way that
Yeah.
a woman might have the opportunity to.
I once, in this May, uh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this other chat I'm in, and two of my friends are being idiots. Love them, but there are these few things, these few podcasts of people that that were abused as a child, but they got it into their heads that they were the ones who initiated it. You know what I mean?
Isn't that like survivor's guilt though, in a way?
No, it's not. Well, no, it's not survivor's guilt
I
in a
know
way.
it's not survivor's guilt, but they make themselves feel guilty because they blame themselves for it because they had no way of defending
No. It's a
themselves.
way. It's a way of taking back control of. They say, "I chose this." You know what I mean? Even though they probably didn't, it's a way to take back control. You know what I mean? Or they'll say, "Oh,
Mm.
I was a promiscuous 11-year-old, and I really found him attractive, and we got
That's
together."
fucking bananas. A
Dude, dude,
promiscuous. I know they're out there. I know they're out there. I just want to
hold on.
say
Yes, hold on. But you're missed. But the reason why they said it's for the brain to protect itself. Now, maybe they were promiscuous, and maybe they did what they did, but you know what I mean. A lot of people can't really conceive. Oh, a promiscuous 11-year-old wants to fuck a 4-year-old. No, he's clearly protecting himself by making. You know what I mean?
ooh, I wish I could remember how old I was when I first started being into women because I don't remember the age. But I mean, I guess because I'm 34 now, looking at an 11-year-old, knowing an 11-year-old, the idea that they would even consider doing something like that is crazy, but not really. Like I guess it's kind of normal if an 11-year-old is looking at another 11-year-old and possibly thinking sexual things. I don't see anything really wrong with that. You would just hope that they wouldn't act on it at such a young age, and they would be able to be more of like a child even for a few more years until they get into their teen years to actually act on any kind of sexual impulse.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You're right. You're right. This conversation is disturbing, but it also needs to be had. You know what I mean? Because if we could, yeah, because if we shy away from conversations that disturb us, nothing ever gets done.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
And hitting the chat again real quick, asserting dominance and taking there's no excuse for doing any of this shit. And oh, like when women get raped and people say you shouldn't address like a slut.
Well, hold on. I don't really think. Well, I don't even know where the fuck that myth came from, but I don't really think people usually say that. And I think when they do, it's usually women to try to shame other women. Like, you know what I mean? Who the fuck tells a rape victim you shouldn't wear that dress?
Somebody who's trying to justify their fucking rapiness. I've met guys like that.
Well, okay, that's retarded if they say that, but I don't really think they're rapists themselves. They're just retarded.
Or they just act rapey. Just because somebody acts rapey doesn't mean they're actually gonna rape. But even rapey tendencies aren't okay. It's how you get knocked the fuck out. Did you ever have a female teacher in grade school and you would bang her? There was a teacher's assistant in my fucking small circle tart class that I was in middle school, I think 7th grade, that I totally would have fucking I would have not known what to do with her, but she could have got the business, dude. 100%.
Hmm. This is a good conversation, but again, if you want to move past it, because if you want to move from this,
Yeah, well, did you have a teacher in grade school that you would have fucked?
I I don't really remember right now, to be honest.
I was gonna say something really terrible, but I won't because people are not gonna take that as a joke. They'll take it as a serious comment. So I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
Well, hold on.
And
Now I want to know if you can write it on the side, or because now I want to know.
no, it's really offensive, dude.
Dude, I've heard worse. Tell me.
All right. Remember you asked for this. Remember you asked for this. I was going to say before the last thing when you were like, I can't really think of anything right now. I was gonna say, oh, that's okay. I understand. It's because all the blood in your brain is rushing your dick from us talking about all this children shit. That's a really fucked up thing to say, but
Yes, it is. But wow. That,
hey, man,
wow.
making light of the dark. That's what I
Yeah.
do. Never said I was a good person. All
I,
right.
you never said you were an asshole either.
Shit, that was funny. Oh man. Well, did you watch? You probably didn't. You probably didn't watch fucking the Castle of Paper on Netflix.
No, I didn't watch it yet. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Taxi. He went there. I've done this fucker for over 20 years, so that joke was funny.
dude. I mean, anybody that knows me, anybody that really knows me, knows that shit was definitely coming sooner or later. I mean,
Well,
I know there's people that are in my life that have known me for most of it that would be like, "Oh my god, I never would think you would say something terrible like that."
Kev. Here's the thing. If you said that, I would have gotten pissed off. That would have been like, why is he getting pissed off about it?
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
laughed because it was funny, and you know what I mean.
Bad news, Jack. There's going to be a John Wick Chapter 4. I'm sorry. Man, these bitches need to slow the fuck down. I haven't even seen number 3 yet.
Lol.
That's a fucking fantastic movie, dude. Action, shooting shit, people getting stabbed the fuck up in the middle of the goddamn subway. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Keanu Reeves is a bad motherfucker. Everybody can agree with that. Whether you like The Matrix, if Constantine was your favorite movie, or you just started to discover him now in the John Wick series, that is one bad motherfucker. Oh my god, bro. What have you been doing with your life? You need to go ring up John Wick #1 right the fuck now, dude. All I'm gonna tell you is there's a car and a puppy and some fucking Russians involved. And when those three things get mixed in together, it
A
makes
car
for
and a
bad
puppy. It
business.
sounds like a porno, for fuck's sake. There's a puppy and the Bob. Wait, what?
Can I wash your car? You want me to walk your dog? Come and suck this dick, bitch.
That's funny as fuck.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Anyways, are you going? Are you going till 3 or?
I don't know. Probably not that late. I know you want to get out of here because there's other shit going on, right?
Yeah.
See, I know this guy, dude.
Yes, you
You're
do.
like you're like a fucking you're like a cat in a room full of shiny shit, dude. You know what I mean? You can't keep your focus on just one thing. It's all good. I don't blame you. If you want to go, I'm not stopping you.
By the way, Kev, have you seen Megamind yet?
Nope.
Well, will you do me this favor of watching it and give? Because I think you would really, 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 really like it.
Mega Mind?
Yes, Megamind. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And you better do that before August 11th unless you're paying for Netflix yourself.
Well, I have access to a Netflix account through a third party, but
So you're not using mine anymore.
no, I haven't used yours for a while.
Oh, okay then. No mind.
But I will watch it. And then he said I'm waiting for Taxi said he's waiting for Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah, that
Took
would be
me
it.
a second to connect the dots. That's where they go time traveling, right? That was
You
like
know,
the 90s version of Wayne's World. If Wayne's World had a part 3 in the 90s, I guess. I just realized those movies came out at the same time.
anyways, I will see you later, and hopefully my IQ test is 300. Wait, that's too much.
Well, whatever it is, hope you like it.
Yep.
All right, dude.
You know what?
Later.
You should take an IQ test one of these days.
Yeah, why? So I could fail it? Come back with a 1% and be like,
But no, I'm very curious to know your IQ. Like it's
well,
even
before you go, explain to me what an IQ test. If I go to sit down and take an IQ test right now, what am I looking at? What are the sections like?
okay. Well, the sections, at least the ones that were given to me, were math. Were math. Okay, then
Okay.
memory. Fuck you.
Memory. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, memory. Uh, like finding a pattern. Like okay, they show you like shapes, and you got to figure out what shape goes next. You know what I mean? They show you a sequence, and you're like, okay, which sequence? What is the next sequence? You know what I mean? And you got to choose. It,
Okay, fair enough. I know I'll flunk out on the math part, but I can probably do fairly decent with the memory. I think I'd be okay with patterns. I don't know. I might be able to do it. I mean, I've taken ones online where they're like, "Oh, check your IQ," and it comes
Yeah.
back. I don't know how true that shit is though.
Well, how much is it? What did you get?
I don't. I couldn't give you a number now. Probably like 100 something. That's probably not a lot. I don't know. That's why I said
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
they're
Okay.
accurate or
Average.
not.
Here's the thing. Like usually the average IQ of the average IQ is like I think between 90 and 100.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, I guess that's fairly accurate. Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to take a legit one to really find out.
yeah, like I'm taking one through the state, so it's paid for me. So
Forrest Gump had an IQ of 85, so that's pretty good. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had leg braces. What the fuck you want to do?
ooh, a special room. Wait, never mind. Again, sorry, I'm reading something privately, and I almost said whatever. Hey,
Are you reading porn, sir?
no, I'm not reading porn, jackass.
Yeah, you're reading a novel called 50 Shades of Gay.
Uh,
Fucking homo.
fuck you, you
I'm
dick.
just, dude.
I know, I know, I know, I know.
That's fucking. I can't believe we used to live in a time where people would say that shit to each other, and now people get mad about it. Last time I was 129. Taxi was.
Hmm. I can't wait until I find out. Before I go, I took an online IQ test and it said 136. I was like, I'm not sure if I believe because I only got one wrong. You know what I mean? So,
Mm. Maybe they were also judging you on how long you took to answer.
but yeah, like the IQ test is time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good luck, and we all know you're not. We
Mm,
know you know what your name is, so you
yep.
should be okay.
Yep. Anyways, bye. You're all faggots, but I love you.
All right, later, butt slammer.
Wow.
Oh shit. Fucking ridiculous, bro. Here we are, back at the beginning. Dude, I'm telling you, man. People are gonna be so fucking offended. And I'm sure there are bits and pieces that I can take from this and cut up to, yeah, fuck you, see you later. Exactly. I'm sure there are bits and pieces of this that I could use to cut up later and put up as separate YouTube videos if they get this far. Yeah, that's true. I mean, dude, I fucking I cut up a video. I did a stream earlier. I think it was the one called uh Cash App Response, where we talk about a weed strain called dog shit. So if you have never been to one of these live streams before and after today, you never will in this format again. It's been great having you, but go back in the YouTube channel. There's live streams that are being cut up for the podcast. I'm cutting out clips of these fucking live streams and I'm putting them up, god damn it, because there's some good shit in here, if I do say so myself, man. Like, people get mad that I'm not doing fucking reactions anymore, bro. But this is a lot more interesting. I can actually talk to people about what their fucking opinions are. And we don't have to sit around and dick around about music, dude, and only music. You get to know people a little bit by talking about music, but you don't get to really know the good shit just by talking about music. You just get an impression of who they are. You don't get to really understand what they're about. It's the only fun without liquor, weed, and tits. Damn straight, dude, because two of those things I can't have, and the third one only comes around occasionally like an ice cream truck in the summertime, dude. It's fucked up. And it's very short spurts too. You gotta enjoy it while you can. Fucking ridiculous, dude. However, You never know. Could wind up turning into some good shit. I mean, I'm fairly proud of this one, dude. We went a lot of places. I've been wanting to go down and have a smoke for a while, but I really didn't want to end it. But being already that it's going on fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, and I know they're gonna wind up shutting the whole thing down soon anyway, I might as well, just because I want to remove the Hangout bar off of my Google before I forget to do it, and they have the permissions to read and change all my shit. I'm sure Google already has that separately outside of Hangouts, but just in case, I would feel better if I did it. Plus, it's going on 6 o'clock for you. Your day is just starting. Mine is ending, but I'm after I hang this up, I'm gonna have to go walk like a mile and a half to Wawa because I don't have a single bottle of water or any other substance in this house to drink at all. And I'm thirsty as shit right now. So I'm gonna have to go and grab something to drink, have a smoke. Tomorrow we can reconvene back on the YouTube channel at some point. There was content from today that was put up there. If you haven't watched it yet and you want to check it out, whole new shit. Podcast is out every Saturday. Should have plugged that in the fucking beginning. Laughing at birds. I didn't because I'm bad at my fucking job, but whatever. So, look, man, I downloaded Discord. We got to find out how it is that we can do live chats, live streams, rather. Appreciate it. But, and I will try. Don't get robbed on the way by a toothless hooker. That's fucked up that I just put "don't get robbed on your way" and that was at the end of your sentence and I put it in the beginning. If I find a toothless hooker on the way to the store, I'll try to stop and get her to do an interview. So, what year did you realize that sucking dick was the way to pay your rent, lady? The question I have for you. But all right, man, we'll figure out how to get this shit back on. Worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure that there is an option to do live streaming through Castbox. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But all right, man. Everybody be safe. I'll catch y'all later on, man. It's been awesome having you guys in the live chats while I can have them. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna fucking drop the mic. Podcast is Saturday, bitches. Tune the fuck in or go fuck yourselves. I'm out.